Hello everyone and welcome to Jacklet Educational Channel.
So we are back with the crash course series in which we are discussing the expected questions for NET Environmental Science examination. So today we are going to start a new unit, that is Unit 5, Energy and Environment. So this will be a very interesting unit and you should be aware and very attentive. So those who haven't seen the previous lessons, you can see the link in the description below. So let's start today's video. The first question is, in a typical solar pond, which region has the salt concentration gradient? So the options are on your screen. And here the correct option will be option number D, entire pond. Yes, the entire pond in the solar pond is having the salt concentration gradient. So let's see what is solar pond and how it is working. So solar pond is very important concept in the energy part as it uses the solar energy. Yes, solar energy का use इसमें होता है. So what happens is we can have two types of solar pond, that is artificial and natural. But mostly we are using artificial pond to generate the energy. So first क्या होता है? First the incident radiation comes from the sunlight. So the sun rays reaches this pond which is artificially made and the boundaries are impermeable. So the heat cannot go out or cannot come inside. Only the source is the open part through which the incident radiation comes. So incident radiation जो है सोलर का वो आता है इस पॉन्ड के ऊपर, इसके ऊपर गिरने के बाद so what we are doing, so artificially we have to add salt in it. So what kind of salts are added? It can be sodium chloride or magnesium chloride. So you should remember these two are important salts. So what happens is, because the salt why we are adding salt because to restrict the movement of heat. Yes, what happens is जब कभी भी solar radiation गिरता है कोई भी solar pond के ऊपर तो the water is heated up. So when this water heats, we know the heat is generated and it moves upward. So heat जो है वो upward move करता है क्योंकि वो lighter होता है. So to restrict this flow of hot water, we are using salt. So that's what makes the heat, that is the hot water, to keep and stay inside the lower region. So you have understood this one, I think. So till now everything is clear. So what happens next is there are three zones here. You can see here, we will show you three zones. The upper zone is called as upper convective zone. The middle zone is known as non-convective zone. The third zone, that is the bottom layer, is called as lower convective zones. So now we will see what are the difference in these three zones. Yes, जो upper का zone होता है pond का, the upper part is having lower salt, so least salt is present and the temperature is also low, the lowest one. The middle part, that is moderately salinated and the temperature is also moderate. But the bottom part, which is having the more amount of salt, is the higher salinity one with the highest temperature. So this is the basic for solar pond. But how we can generate energy from this? So we will see in the next slide. Let's move to the next slide. So this shows the working of solar pond. So don't worry, I will explain you in a very easy way. It is not complicated. So till now we have learned this is the solar pond. This upper region is having the lower temperature. The lower region is having the highest temperature. So क्या होता है? What happens is a pump is used. That is, a pump is used to pump the hot water from the bottom part of the solar pond. Then what happens? That pump is having organic working fluid is there. Then what happens is if the hot water goes, it will evaporate. We know hot water will evaporate. So after this evaporation process takes place, the vapor turns the turbine which is attached to it. So our main motive is to turn the turbine, be it wind energy, tidal energy or solar pond. The main aim is when this turbine will move, it will generate electricity because of its mechanism. So the hot water, the hotness is used to evaporate. So after it evaporates, the vapor moves the turbine. So what is the working of this condenser? I will say you that is very important also because the upper layer which is having the cold water is also pumped through another pump, that is condenser. Then it condenses the cold and hot water and it again comes back to the upper region. So the water stays inside the solar pond, but the vapor, it moves the turbine. सो दैट इज द बेसिक थिंग. आपको समझ में आ गया होगा आई होप. अगर नहीं समझ में आया आप मुझे कमेंट कर सकते हैं. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज which of the following is not an application of solar pond? So again the question is from solar pond, but here the correct option you have to say, and the correct option is none of these. So none of these, because everything is the application of solar pond. How? Because it produces power as we have discussed, and the heat which is generated is used for biomass production also. Yes, it is important. And the most important thing is it also used in desalination. So जो water हमारा higher salt content होता है, so that solar pond is used to desalinate that and to give us fresh water. So fresh water भी हमें मिलता है solar pond के through. Let's move to the next question. The next question is, which of the following statements are not true? So out of the four, which is not true? And here the correct option will be option number D. Yes, we will read one by one. The efficiency of monocrystalline solar cell is greater than the polycrystalline solar cells. Yes, solar panel में different kinds of solar cells use होता है, जिसमें कि monocrystalline जो है वो highly efficient है, but polycrystalline is lower efficient than monocrystalline. Next is solar cell produce DC current. तो solar cell जो है solar panel में लगा होता है, that produces direct current. So that is also correct. Next is DC current is converted to AC by an inverter. Yes, inverter का यूज होता है जो कि DC current है, direct current को alternate current में convert करता है so that you can use. But the last point is largest solar plant of Indian Navy is commissioned in Kerala, not in Karnataka. So those who are following our weekly Enviro app, you can answer this question very easily. Let's move to our next question. The next question is, maximum sulfur content is found in which grade of coal? So कौन से coal के grade में maximum sulfur content पाया जाता है? So the correct option will be option number B, bituminous coal. Yes, bituminous coal में सबसे ज़्यादा sulfur content होता है. So let's see one more similar kind of question. The next question is related to the percentage of ash content in different grades of coal. So which coal is having the maximum ash content? And here the correct option will be option number C, lignite. Yes, lignite is one of the poorest form of coal, so it is having the maximum ash content. So more the ash content, lesser the quality of coal. Let's move to our next question. The next question is, biodiesel are produced from oils and fats using which of the following technique? So कौन सा टेक्निक यूज करके बायोडीजल प्रोड्यूस होता है ऑयल्स एंड फैट्स को यूज करके? And here the correct option will be option number C, transesterification. Let's move to our next question. The next question is a numerical. The question says a 2000 megawatt dam has maximum height of 200 meter. So we have to find what's the rate of falling water on the turbine. So this question came in NET 2017 exam. So before knowing the answer, let's see how it will be solved. So to find out the power in a hydroelectric plant, we have to use a formula. It can be called as hydropower plant. So to calculate the power, the formula is R multiplied by H multiplied by G. So what is R? R is the rate of flow of water, which is given in meter cube per second, the unit. Height is H, that is denoted by meter M. G is the gravitational constant, that is 9.8 meter per second. And the question was, which I have given here for your convenience. So in this question, you have to note down all the given points, all the given values. So the given is P, that is power 2000 megawatt. And the H, that is height, is given 200 meter. G we know 9.8 meter per second. So in this formula, what we are having P, we are having H, we are having G. So we have to find out R for this question. So to find out R, this formula is required, that is P by Hg. That is very simple. So what we will do is, first we need to convert this megawatt to watt. Yes, this is very important. You should not miss this step. So 2000 megawatt, we have to multiply it by 1000 to make it to watt. Then what we have to do, just put the value and get the answer. So to find out R, what we have to do is, we have to divide P by Hg. So here P is 2 into 10 to the power 6. As you can see here, the handwriting is not good. Divided by H, that is 200, and multiplied by G, that is 9.8. You all know this. So after you solve this, you will get the value as 1020.4. So you can check it by solving yourself. So let's see whether this was in there in the option or not. So let's see in the option. Yes, in option number B, the option was correct according to our calculation. So 1020.4 meter cube per second will be the correct answer. So I have given you the formula P is equal to RHG. But here you have to mark that they have also given 1.0204, because the students who will do the mistake by not converting 2000 megawatt to watt, they will click this option and they will get a big 0. So you will not repeat this in exam. Let's move to our next question. The next question is, which is the cleanest fuel for power generation? So among the four, which among them is cleaner one? The cleanest one. And here, the correct option will be option number C, hydrogen fuel cell. Yes, because from coal we know there are many gases and it is very polluting. But you might be thinking that what water is having. So what hydropower are generating? They release methane, that is CH4, and CO2 in the reservoir when they are decomposing the organic matter. So hydropower में हम store करके रखते हैं water, so that generates methane and CO2 that are not cleaner one. So correct option will be option number C. So that's all in this part of the video. I hope you liked this one. So stay tuned for further updates and don't forget to like and share the channel and subscribe it if you haven't subscribed till now. See you in the next video.